Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we're going to learn how to generate welcome letters with Google Sheets and share via Gmail. If you're tired of sending welcome letters to all of your new hired employees manually, then this automation is for you. With the help of this automation, whenever you are going to add the details of your new hired employees in your Google Sheets, automatically a welcome letter will be generated with the help of Google Docs, as we have already created a template of welcome letters in our Google Docs, and with the help of Google Drive, we are going to receive a PDF file link and we are going to send an email to all of those employees whose details we are adding in our Google Sheets with the attachment of that PDF file. For that, we need to create an automation between all of these applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you want to learn how to do this automation, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to learn how to generate welcome letters with Google Sheets and send via Gmail. So my objective is that I want to send welcome letters to all of my new hired employees automatically as an email with the help of Gmail. For that, what I've done is I have created a template of welcome letters in my Google Docs, and I want that whenever I'm going to add the details of my new hired employees in Google Sheets, automatically with the help of this template that I've created in my Google Docs, a document of welcome letter should be created for the same employee whose details we have added in our Google Sheets, and it should be forwarded as an email on my employee's Gmail account. As you can see, this is the email with the attachment of the PDF form of the welcome letter of the employee whose detail we have added in our Google Sheets. So how we are going to do this? For that, we are going to create an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So on the screen, you can see the website of Pabbly Connect, that is pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. So I'm going to sign into my account as I'm an existing user. After that, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see the 5 functions of Pabbly, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on Access Now. Then you can see the Pabbly Connect's dashboard in front of you. In order to start an automation process, we need to create a workflow. For that, we have to click on this button right over here, that is Create Workflow. A new dialog box is going to then appear in front of you. Firstly, it is asking for the workflow name. So I'm going to give a name to my workflow as Generate Welcome Letters with Google Sheets and Send via Gmail. So this is the name that I want to give to my workflow. After that, it is asking for me to select the folder. On the left side of my screen, you can see I've created multiple folders in my Pabbly Connect account, from which I'm going to select a specific one in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, we have to click on this drop down arrow right over here. So these are the folders that I've created in my Pabbly Connect account. I want to save this workflow in the folder that is Gmail Automations right over here. After giving a name to our workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on Create in order to create a workflow. A workflow is created in the name of Generate Welcome Letters with Google Sheets and Send via Gmail. And there are 2 windows in front of you. One says Trigger, another says Action. Trigger and action are the 2 most important steps of our automation process, because our process depends on these 2 concepts. Over here, trigger says when this happens, and action says do this. That means our action is a response towards our trigger. Whichever application that we are going to choose as our trigger application, it is going to command the whole process, and action steps are going to follow the command. So in an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. Firstly, we are going to set up our trigger step. For that, we have to click on this arrow right over here. As my objective is that whenever I add the details of my new hired employees in my Google Sheets, automatically a welcome letter should be forwarded to them with the help of Gmail. For that, we need to select our trigger application as Google Sheets. So I'm going to select Google Sheets. I'm going to select it. And a trigger event is going to be new or updated spreadsheet row. After that, you can see Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. With the help of this unique webhook URL, we are going to connect Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect by following all the steps that is mentioned right here below. For that, firstly, we are going to copy this URL from here. Now let's move on to the spreadsheet that I've created in my Google Sheets. So this is the spreadsheet that I've created in the name of New Candidates Hired Data. So the data of the new candidates who are hired will be mentioned right over here. So to connect this spreadsheet with Pabbly Connect, follow the steps which I'm going to tell you. Click on extensions, that is right over here. Then we have to click on add-ons and then on get add-ons right over here. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you, on which on the search bar we have to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. So we are going to select Pabbly Connect webhooks. Then we have to select Pabbly Connect webhooks, that is right over here. As you can see, I've already installed Pabbly Connect webhooks. I'm going to move forward, but if you want to connect Pabbly Connect with this Google Sheet, you have to download this webhook. After installing the webhook, we have to click on extensions again, and right over here you can see it says Pabbly Connect webhooks. We are going to select it, and then we have to click on initial setup. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for a webhook URL and a trigger column. So for the webhook URL, we are going to paste the URL that was provided us by Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to paste the URL. And for the trigger column over here, it says trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added. So in this spreadsheet, my trigger column will be column F, as the final data will be added in this column. So I'm going to write here column F. After filling all the details, I'm going to click on submit. As you can see right over here, it says setup configured successfully. So now I'm going to go back. The steps which I'm going to tell you right now are very important. You have to click on extensions again. We have to select Pabbly Connect webhooks again. And now we are going to click on send on event, that is right over here. As it is saying working. If I'm going to take you back to the Pabbly Connect webhooks, over here you can see a tick mark is in front of send on events. This is because every time a new data will be added in this Google Sheets, automatically whenever an event is going to happen, Pabbly Connect is going to capture the response. After that, over here, if I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, it says waiting for a webhook response. Now what we are going to do is we are going to fill in the details of a new hired candidate in this spreadsheet, and we are going to check whether Pabbly Connect will capture the response of that data or not. For that, I'm going to fill in all the details. Firstly, for the name, I'm going to write it as demo user 123. Then for the phone number, I'm going to write in a dummy mobile number. This is the dummy mobile number. After that, it is asking for the email, so I'm going to write in a dummy email. That is demouser123@pabblytudes.com. After writing the email, it is asking for the joining date. Over here, I'm going to write the date on which this employee is going to join the office. For that, I'm going to write in a date, 22 March 2024. So this is the joining date of this employee. After that, for the job title, I'm going to write it as Business Development Associate, and for the welcome letter right over here, I'm going to write it as yes. We are writing over here as yes that I want to send a welcome letter to this employee, that is demo user 123. So that's why I've written it as yes. So if I'm going to write over here as no, the employee whose details are mentioned right over here, we are not going to send them the welcome letter. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my Pabbly Connect and I'm going to check whether the response is captured by Pabbly Connect of this data that we have entered in this Google spreadsheet or not. For that, I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect, and yes, as you can see, a response is captured in our Pabbly Connect, and it has all the details that we have entered in our Google Sheets. For the name, it says demo user 123. For the joining date as 22 March 2024, job title as Business Development Associate. For the email as demouser123@pabblytudes.com. For the phone number, a dummy mobile number. And for the welcome letter over here as yes, and the other details. So this means that we have successfully connected Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. After setting up our trigger step, we need to set up our action step. As I've already told you that if I'm going to write over here as yes, we have to create a welcome letter for this employee right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a filter right over here. I'm going to add a filter that is provided us by Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to select filter that is right over here. And for our action event, we are going to select it as filter values. And we are going to click on connect. As I want the welcome letter should be equal to yes, then only this automation process should continue. So for the select label, I'm going to select it as welcome letter as yes. So that every time welcome letter over here will be equal to yes, then only this workflow is going to continue. So next, it is asking for the filter type, which is going to be equal to, and the value is going to be yes. So that every time the selected label, that is welcome letter, is equal to yes, then only this workflow is going to continue. So now I'm going to click on save and send test request. As you can see over here in the message, it says condition is true. So now we are going to move forward. Now as I've set up my filter step, after that we are going to add another action step by clicking on this plus button right over here. And it is asking for us to choose our action application. As in my Google Docs, I have created a template for the welcome letter for all of my employees. What I want is that with the help of this template, a document should be created for each and every employees whose data I'm going to add in my Google Sheets. For that, what we are going to do is we're going to go back to a Pabbly Connect account, and for the action application over here, we're going to select it as Google Docs. So I'm going to select my action application as Google Docs. After that, for the action event, we are going to select it as create document from template. As I want that every time I add the data of my new hired employees in my Google Sheets. Automatically, with the help of this template, a document should be created for each and every employee. And as in this document, you can see I've created multiple variables. As you can see in front of some values, you can see curly brackets at the end and at the front of those values. These are the variables. These are going to be updated according to the new response captured. That means every time I add the data of my employees, automatically the data right over here will be updated. As if for the name of the employee whose data I'm adding in my Google Sheet is going to be replaced with this variable right over here. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to click on Connect in order to connect Pabbly Connect with Google Docs. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to click on Add New Connection. But if you have an existing connection, you can choose this option. After that, I'm going to click on Sign In with Google. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you which is asking for a permission. I'm going to click on Allow as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly saved with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on Allow. As you can see that we successfully authorized Google Docs with Pabbly Connect. After that, it is asking for us to select the template document. So as I've created a template in the name of welcome letter and I want to create this template into a document. So I'm going to go back and for the template document, I'm going to select it as welcome letter. After that, it is asking for the new document's name. So I'm going to give a name to the document which is going to be created every time I add the data of my employee in my Google Sheets. For that, what I want is the document name should always start with my employee's name. For that, we are going to map the data. Mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from the previous step. As you can see, these were the previous steps of our workflow. And as I want the document's name should start with the name of my employee. For that, we're going to map the data from a trigger step that is right over here. And if I'm going to scroll down, you can see this is the name of my employee. I'm going to map this data. As you can see right over here, as I've mapped the data has now become dynamic. That means every time a new response is going to be captured in a previous trigger step, automatically the data right over here will be updated according to the new response. So now what I want is after the name, it should come with a dash welcome letter. Dash welcome letter. This is what I want my new document's name to be. As I've written welcome letter manually, the data over here is static. It will not be updated according to the new response captured in a previous step or not. After giving a name to our document, it is asking for the new document's location. In my Google Drive, I have created a folder in which I want to save all the welcome letters that is going to be created with the help of the template. So this is the location I want to save all the documents in. So for the location, I'm going to select it as welcome letters new hired employees as this is the folder that I've created in my Google Drive account. After that, it is asking for the name of the employee, joining date and job title. So if I'm going to take you back to the template that I've created, you can see over here it says name of the employee, joining date and job title. As I've already told you that these are the variables and I want to change these variables into the values which I'm going to enter in my Google Sheets. For that, what we're going to do is again, we're going to map the data. As I've already told you, mapping means inserting data from the previous step. So we're going to insert the data from a previous trigger step. As we have all the details in this step, that is Google Sheets, new or updated spreadsheet row. Firstly, it is asking for the name of the employees. We are going to map the name of the employee. For that, we're going to click on this arrow right over here as we want the name. So I'm going to map the name that is right over here. After that, it is asking for the joining date. I'm going to map the data again. Click right over here. Click on this arrow right over here. As we want the date of the joining, it's mentioned right over here. We're going to map the data. Then it is asking for the job title. We are going to map the data again. Click right over here. Click over here. And this is the job title. I'm going to map the data. As I've completed mapping all these data right over here, the data has now become dynamic and it will be updated according to the new response captured in our previous trigger step. After that, I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request. As you can see, a response is received in our Pabbly Connect and the response that we have received is a positive response. So if I'm going to open my Google Drive folder, we are going to find a document that is created with the help of the template that we have created in our Google Docs. So I'm going to open my Google Drive folder and yes, as you can see right over here, a document is created in our Google Drive folder. I'm going to open this document and yes, as you can see, a welcome letter is created for demo user 123 right over here and it has all the details like the date of the joining and the position or the job title that this demo user 123 have. And this means that we have successfully created a document with the help of the template that we have created in our Google Docs. But if you're going to check right over in the top right corner, it says private to only me. So this means that this document is private to only me. But as we want to send this document to every employee, for that what we have to do is we have to convert this private document into a shareable document that can be accessible with anyone. For that, what we're going to do is we're going to add another action step. For that, we have to click on this plus button right over here. And as it is asking for us to choose our action application, and our action application is going to be Google Drive. So I'm going to select my action application as Google Drive. and my action event is going to be share a file with anyone. So I'm going to select my action event as share a file with anyone. After that, I'm going to click on connect in order to connect Google Drive with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on connect. Then a new window is going to appear in front of you. As I have the existing connection, I'm going to move forward. But if you want, you can add a new connection. I'm going to click on save right over here. It is asking for the file ID. If I'm going to take you back to the previous step that I have, in the response of this step, if I'm going to take you down and I'm going to open this, we have received a document ID. So this ID right over here is the document ID that you can see it is right over here. So as I want to make this document right over here accessible to everyone, so what I'm going to do is in this step right over here, in the place of this file ID, I'm going to map the data of the document ID that we have received in our previous step. As we want every time a document should be created, it should be accessible to everyone. So we are going to map the data by clicking on this bracket right over here. I'm going to erase the data that is right over here. As we are mapping the data from our previous step, we are going to click right over here and we are going to map the data of the document ID that is present right over here. As I've completed mapping the data right over here, the data has become dynamic. That means every time a new document will be created, the document ID right over here will be updated according to the new response, and automatically the new document which is created is going to be shareable with anyone that we want. After that, we are going to click on save and send test request. And as you can see, as we have received the response, and over here it says anyone with the link. So this means that anyone who will have the link of the document can have the access of the document. So if I'm going to take you back to the document that we have created, on the top right corner now you can see it says anyone with the link. So now anyone can have the access of the document with the help of a link. So now what we want is we want to share this document as a PDF file to our employees as a Gmail. So if I'm going to scroll you down to the response that we have received in a Google Drive step, you can see over here it says a link is provided us as a PDF form, and this is the link right over here. So as we want to share welcome letter document to all of our employees in a PDF form, we are going to use this PDF link right over here. As I want to send an email to all of my employees with the help of Gmail, we are going to add another action step. And now our action application is going to be Gmail. So I'm going to select my action application as Gmail, and our action event is going to be send email. So now I'm going to click on connect in order to connect Gmail with Pabbly Connect. A new window is going to appear in front of you, on which I'm going to click on select existing connection because I have an existing connection, but if you want you can add a new connection. After that, I'm going to click on save. As you can see, we have successfully connected Gmail with Pabbly Connect. After that, it is asking for the recipient email address. That means that we have to enter the email address on which we want to send the email to. As I want to send this email to every employee whose data I'm going to add in my Google Sheets. And in my Google Sheets, as I already have the data of the email right over here. So what we are going to do is we are going to map this data. For that, we have to click right over here. As the data of the email is present in this Google Sheet step, we are going to open this by clicking on this arrow right over here. As we are mapping the data for the email, so I'm going to map the data of the email that is right over here. As I've mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic and it will be updated according to the new response captured in our previous step. After that, it is asking for the CC and BCC, so I'm going to skip this part right now. After that, it is asking for the sender's name. I'm going to write a sender's name as Team Financity because I want to give a sender's name as Team Financity, that is right over here. If you want, you can give a sender's name according to your requirement. After that, it is asking for the email subject. So we have to give a subject to our email. I want the subject of my email as warm greeting and welcome to Financity. So this is the email subject that I want to give. If you want, you can change this email subject to your requirement. After that, it's asking for the reply to. I'm going to skip this part for right now as I don't require the step. It is asking for the email content type. I'm going to select it as plain right over here. Then it is asking for the email content. So this is the main body of the email. I want the body of the email as, so this is the content body that I want to give to my email. It should start as hello, then the name of the employee that is right over here. As I've mapped the data, the data over here has now become dynamic and it will be updated according to the new response captured in our previous step. Then it says greetings of the day. We are thrilled to have you join our team and embark on this journey together. From the date of the joining on which the employee is joining the office, as you step into your new role of the job title of the employee that we have hired, we want to extend our warmest greetings and assure you that you are now part of a vibrant and a dynamic community committed to excellence, innovation and collaboration, and you can find the welcome letter attached to the email below. Once again, welcome to the Financity family. We are excited to embark on this journey with you and look forward to celebrating your success. Thanks and regards, Head of Human Resource, Jesse Matthew. So this is the email content that I want to have, and the data right over here are mapped data, and these data right over here are dynamic and it will be updated according to the new response captured in our previous step. After writing the email content, it is asking for the file name. as over here it says the file name that you're going to attach with this email. So I want the name of the file that is going to be attached to this email should start as welcome letter of, and then I want the name of my employee that I'm hiring. So I'm going to map the data of the name of the employee that is right over here. So this will be the file name every time that is going to be attached to this email right over here. It will start as welcome letter of and then the name of the employee whom we are hiring. After that, it is asking for the attachment. Over here we are going to provide the link which we have received from our previous step. So we are going to map the data of the link that we have received in our Google Drive step right over here. As I've already told you that I want to send the attachment as in a PDF form, so we're going to map the data for the PDF link that is present right over here. As I map this data right over here, the data has become dynamic and it will be updated according to the new response captured in our previous step. After that, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And as you can see, we have received a response, and over here in the result status it says send. So that means an email is forwarded to the email that we have mapped in a recipient email right over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my Gmail account and I'm going to check whether I have received an email or not. For that, I'm going to open my Gmail account. And yes, as you can see right over here, we have successfully received an email in our Gmail account. And the subject of the email is warm greeting and welcome to Finance City. It says, hello demo user 123, greetings of the day. We are thrilled to have you to join our team and embark on this journey together from 22 March 2024. As you step into your new role of Business Development Associate, we want to extend our warmest greetings and assure you that you are now a part of vibrant and a dynamic community committed to excellence, innovation and collaboration, and you can find the welcome letter attached to this email below. Once again, welcome to Finance City family. We are excited to embark on this journey with you and look forward in celebrating our success. Thanks and regards, Head of Human Resource Jesse Matthew. And an attached PDF file of a welcome letter is present right over here. I'm going to open this attached file right over here. And as you can see, that PDF form of a welcome letter of the employee whose detail we have added in a Google Sheet is present right over here. And it has all the details of the employee, that is demo user 123, the date of the joining on which this employee is going to join the office, the role of the employee that is right over here, and everything that we have mentioned in our template in our Google Docs. So this means that we successfully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. But now for all of you guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a new data in my Google Sheets and I'm going to check whether I'm going to receive a new mail in my Gmail account with the attachment of a PDF welcome letter of that employee or not. For that, I'm going to add a new data in my Google Sheets. I'm going to open my Google Sheets so this is the spreadsheet that I've created in my Google Sheets. So now I'm going to add the data of a new employee. And as you can see, I've added the data in my Google Sheets for the name as dummy account 1, for the phone number a dummy mobile number, for the email as dummyaccount1@pabblytunes.com, for the joining date as 15th April 2024, for the job title as sales manager, and for the welcome letter as yes. So as I've entered the data in my Google Sheets, so now I'm going to open my Gmail account and I'm going to check whether I have received a new email with the attachment of the PDF welcome letter with all these details or not. Now I'm going to open my Gmail account. And yes, as you can see right over here, we have received an email. The subject of the email is warm greetings and welcome to Finance City. It says, hello dummy account 1, greetings of the day. This is the content of the body with the date of the joining and the new role of the employee who is hired. And below the email content, you can see the attachment of the PDF form of the welcome. So I'm going to open this PDF form of welcome letter. And yes, as you can see that it has all the details of the employee whose details we have added in our Google Sheets, for the name as dummy account 1, for the date of joining as 15th April 2024, for the position as sales manager, and all the other details of the template that we have created in our Google Docs. So this means that we successfully created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect. So now to sum up till now what we have done, my objective was that whenever I'm going to add the details of my new hired employees in my Google Sheets, automatically a welcome letter should be generated with the help of Google Docs, and it should be forwarded as an email to all of my employees' Gmail account with the attachment of the welcome letter in a PDF format. For that, we have created an automation with the help of Pabbly Connect, and these are my trigger and action steps of this automation process. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment down below if you have any questions and doubts, and please share this video. So not just with these applications, you can automate more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any doubt, you can send us email on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can ask us queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any questions regarding the Pabbly Connect pricing, you can check out this link. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel.